Okay. How can I do not know how to do this. So, whatever. I'm here. I don't know how there was no sound, but anyway, how is everybody doing? I'm really not prepared and I'm never really prepared, so bear with me because allegedly on this YouTube thing, you have to get like all these watch hours and I really suck at it. So, yeah, I'm going to participate today. Good to see you, Josh. Can you hear me now? Okay. I hope so. And don't talk about me because I got my roll of toilet paper right here. I've been outside this morning messing around and my nose will not stop running. It's been like that for like 3 days though. But anyway, I hope everybody's Thanksgiving went well. Hey Callie, good to see you. I kind of like dreaded that day and it's a lot of pressure for me, right? For multiple reasons, but yeah, needless to say, I got through it and I survived, so that's good. Um, I wanted to talk about last night I watched this movie, which it wasn't even something that I necessarily would pick to watch, right? It was the George Foreman story. And in that story, it's interesting and I don't really want to like be a movie killer, so if you're looking to watch it, you probably don't want to listen, okay? But and I'm not going to say everything, but to get to the point, I got to tell you a little something. But needless to say, in the movie, he comes up as a boxer and he gets this like epiphany, right? Like he basically like his heart stopped momentarily and he comes back and he was like Jesus spoke to me, right? And you know, I don't knock people for what they do. And yes, I am very questioning when it comes to, you know, um, things that have to do with the Bible and God and Jesus. I don't know why I have so many questions, and I know it's not wrong. Because let me say this real quick. My dad grew up as a Catholic, right? And at some point in my life, probably like third grade, my parents put me in catechism. And I absolutely hated it. It was horrible for me, right? I really didn't understand it and I was frustrated with it. So it didn't last long. And my dad took me out because I didn't like it. And one thing about my dad, and it's really hard to find people in this world today that share the same belief or similar to kind of like live and let live. He never, ever, ever pushed any of that on me. If I had a question, he would answer it, but it was never something that he forced, right? And I appreciated that, even though I wanted to know certain things, and he would answer it. But the main thing that my dad always told me is, and I remember this from being young, and it really stuck with me, is like, always treat people the way you want to be treated. Focus on, the things when we're young, like the please and thank yous, right? And the small things in life. You really, that's important. So yeah, it was interesting. Like we didn't go over the Bible. I didn't learn all the people. It wasn't my thing. And yeah, he was just, stick to the basics to get you through life. Just, you know, be who you are. And the I struggle a lot within within myself in knowing, really who I am, the reason I'm put here. I still ain't figured that out at 45, which I'm sure a lot of people haven't figured that out, but that's another story. And really learning how to apologize, and like humbling myself because regardless of how I get treated, because a person can only treat you the way you allow them to treat you. So I'm trying to focus more on just being better at me, right? Like, people are just, they're going to do them, and it is what it is, but I got to be better at me. And that does include humbling myself. Now, I'm not going to kiss nobody's ass. That's not happening. But it is important to know, when to hold them, when to fold them, right? And right, Callie, just be a good human. Hi, Mayor. Respect no longer exists. You know what, Pookie? That's sad, right? And I noticed that with a lot of the younger people, and the the respect for the parents and the elders, like, some have it, but it's like, seems like it's only to a certain degree, which is kind of scary, because I always had it stuck in my head. And I took care of my mom until she died. And then my dad, same thing. But my dad kind of came in at a turning point for me, and really saved me. I think that was in like 2012. I was really in a bad spot, right? I just, I felt like I was lost, and partially because my mom had died. But, my dad really brought me back from that. Like, I didn't even want to eat, man. Them days were horrible. I don't know. I felt super lost. And my dad, came and moved down to my house. And in the morning, even when I didn't want to eat, he'd be like, here's the breakfast. You're going to eat it. Get up. And kind of forced me. So he brought me back around, and I appreciated that. And in kind, I returned the favor, But it wasn't so much a favor, right? Because being that it was my parent, I kind of felt obligated, and I did for many years. And I ended up getting like caretaker burnout. And my dad basically got admitted to hospice. So anyway, with that being said, I really hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, because it does get a little like, the waters get, how do I say it? Muddied. How would you say that? Muddied. I don't know. I don't even know how you would say that. When it comes to the younger ones, I don't really know what to think of them. It's like some days they're on board and some days they're not. And some days they love you and some days they're like, F you, I don't care what happens. And it's just like a weird generation to me. I don't really get it. So, yeah, Josh is a piece of shit. And I'm going to tell you why. This was really, really low. He cooked all this food, and every freaking thing he cooked, he has to put a picture of it, like, look at this, look at this. And it's like, man, you got to take a picture of everything. No, it looked really, really good. And I was super pissed that I could not eat it. And if I could have, man, that 10, 11-hour drive would have been worth it. That food looked damn good. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. Food porn, it was for sure. 69, man, it's like, what, 35. It's 35 here. I was outside freezing. I, of course, had on like a zip up jacket, and then I put a vest over it. It was like, I was all mismatched, purple and gray and red, and I was everywhere. But yeah, I don't even know how to point that out. Chem spray. I don't even know how to point that out. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. Good to see you. I would have no idea. I don't know what it looks like. I guess I've seen people post it, but I wouldn't know how to look at it. So 42. Yeah, 42 ain't bad. I think anything like 50, and once you get to the 50 mark, I'm pretty good, but I'm used to it here in Wisconsin. It does get cold. 35 Buffalo heat wave. Yeah, no kidding, right? Man, this is crazy. You know, there's There's a couple that I watch um, on YouTube, and they take care of his dad, and he's got Alzheimer's. He's like 91, right? And I noticed this morning when I was watching that it was a conflict with the viewers. They got a really big channel, so they have a really big chat room. And man, the lady was getting a lot of flack for saying cuss words and how she's got to take like 5 words out of her vocabulary. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I mean, I see trying to censor yourself a little bit because a lot of people don't like that F bomb, but I don't know how well I do. I try to stay away from it, but it seems like that's just a word in my life, unfortunately. Oh, 77 in Florida. That's awesome. Welcome, Nana. Welcome. Yeah, you know what? I've been to Florida once, and I went to South Beach, Miami with a friend on a whim. That was like randomly on a Tuesday. We were like, okay, we're gonna fly out on a Friday and stay the weekend. And it was awful, man. I'm not gonna lie. It just like rained. And then we went out to the club, and I'm like, man, it was like, it was so many Cubans down in Miami. I was shocked, right? I'd never been there and trying to go out to the bar. And I was like, man, it was just crazy. But yeah. Uh, Biden definitely has Alzheimer's. Yeah, for sure. No, no kidding. What's up, Lord Spike Protein? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, in Florida, yeah, it definitely does get hot. It's not for me. I don't know how you do that year round. I guess I could do a visit. Miami was a bad, bad experience, but yeah, living there, no. Maybe I'm too used to the cold, you know? Well, this was some years ago. It was a little crazy then. I mean, just really like chicks out there fighting and throwing shoes, and people had like this guy had like a yellow snake around his neck. It was kind of interesting to say the least, but yeah, Florida ain't for me. Hey, Lisa. Is that how I say it, or am I supposed to say it a different way? Lisa. I hope I'm saying it right. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the Keys, but yeah, I just haven't done it yet. South Carolina. It seems like I know a few people from there that are from South Carolina on here. So I don't know, but yeah, that humidity, man, that's rough. I mean, we have it here, but I like my seasons. I like it freezing and then warm. Not really, but you know what I mean. Josh, you're just biased about Oklahoma because you freaking live there. I don't know about it being the place to be. I don't even know what's in Oklahoma. What is there? What can you do there? Oh, thanks for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. You've been praying for cold? I don't know about praying for it. I was definitely chilly out there today. Definitely. It was thinking about cleaning up the leaves. Yeah, it was freezing, man. Yeah, well, food, I don't know about food being like a reason to move all the way to Oklahoma, considering I probably can cook that same food here in Wisconsin. Just saying. So I don't know if anybody has been paying attention, but okay, so I did a video about Axl Rose the other day, right? And I'm calling it the hashtag me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Not the me too, it's me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Because it's like there's so many people that are getting like hit out of the woodwork. This is just crazy. And another content creator had talked about maybe a case being filed against the mayor over there in New York, Adams, something that happened with him. And, I'm no fan of Adams, but, it, we were talking about this the other day, and even Callie said it. It seems like, guilty until proven innocent at this point, man. That's wild, that that's happening. Oh, okay. You have Disney soon. That'd be cool. Never leave the house. I do leave the house. See, I was gonna call your name and I stopped myself. I have to leave more than I fortunately would like to. What's up, Tampa? Good to see you. Oh wow, yeah, that's nice. Beach, mountains, 30 at wait, 30 half any direction desert. Oh, okay, not bad, yeah. But I don't know if this is gonna be like a thing. They're definitely, and BMT talked about it earlier too. They're definitely gonna put bank Puffy. It's over for him. So he's out of here. It'll be might be a slow roast, but they're definitely gonna cook him. And then I heard something about Jamie Foxx potentially getting charged or something. It's like, since when are we doing this like 20, 30 years later? Now, if something happens, with all due respect, you're supposed to report it, right? But this whole 20, 30 years, it seems like it's rough out here and people got to eat or something. Like they're trying to figure out a way. I don't know. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I just think it's unreal. 27 timeouts. Oh my God. I haven't seen that. I didn't know that there was a new George Floyd documentary. I haven't seen it, Tampa. I did hear about Chauvin getting like stabbed up in prison. I did hear about that. I don't even know if he's still alive. I don't know what happened to him. I would assume he is, because I'm sure they would have said, you know, um, he's clearly deceased if he was. But yeah, that's crazy. And I don't really even understand why he would be in GP anyway, because it seems like he would be in like PC. Well, I don't know why he's in with regular people. I would think he would be in some type of protective custody. That's what I'm saying. All these initials. The Georgia DA is screwed now. Some of them women, man, they are straight up bitches. I'm gonna say it. Like, and maybe that's what their job consists of, but some of them I wish I could just smack the shit out of, man. For sure. It's crazy, man. I'm watching StreamYard for the comments, so I apologize if I miss them, because I don't know. My phone, it's like I can't work technology today. I get it, because you missed the shootouts in the alley. Shut up, Josh. I thought you said something. That's not even funny, man. We had like 3 different people shot on Thanksgiving. I think a 17-year-old died. I'm serious, man. It's definitely crazy out here. It wouldn't be somewhere that everybody would want to go, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for that reason, for sure. Yeah. The rich folks' closets are being empty. They are, man. And hey, I mean, that's really on them. But I don't like to see someone just making claims. That's why I did the thing on Axl Rose. And, I feel like it's going to be an ongoing epidemic now. It's hitting different people. Like I said, I don't have sympathy for the people who really do this. Like, this is some sick stuff they talk about. Like, you think R. Kelly was bad. Puff Daddy is going to be a lot worse. A lot worse. I'll have to check that out. Most media is owned by Hollywood. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. For sure. The media is crazy. And then, we got this whole like tug of war with what people want to pick. If you want to pick Israel, or you want to pick Palestine and all this. I'm like, I don't have a side. I'm not picking a side, man. I feel like people should be able to live. Like, live and let live. I'm not with that picking a side, man. Not at all. I was actually and I actually not only did I watch that George Foreman, I also watched, because I love like military movies that are based on a true story. I watched something called The Outpost, and immediately I was like, why would they even set something up like that? Like they're at a such a disadvantage being on the ground and people being able to shoot down like that was crazy. But luckily they did eventually, shut the whole camp down, so that was good. Hey, what's up, Jared? How you doing? Huckleberry, good to see you. ABC, CNN, NBC, New York persons all owned by Hollywood. Yeah, but it seems like Hollywood ain't doing so well. Maybe this is like, maybe kicking off all these, lawsuits is a way for them to stimulate Hollywood again, because it seems like it's kind of dead, right? Like other than drama, I mean, what are they doing? I haven't even, I haven't even seen an award show in like, I don't know, over 4 years. Maybe because I don't watch. I don't even know if they play them anymore. You know what? I tried to watch Saving Private Ryan. I think that's where a bunch of them were like on a. I think I might have seen part of that, but I don't remember it. Yeah, 13 Hours is good too. That's about the Benghazi, right? Yeah, I think I watched that like a couple weeks ago when it came out on what did I watch that on? Netflix or Prime? Yeah, Netflix. I think I watched it on Netflix. Most people are crazy. Like I said, I do not feel bad. That man has had his hands in some very devious stuff. Not just with women, with men. Often his name is connected to a lot of different horrible stuff. So commie world, yeah. No commie wood, yeah. No kidding. I don't even know, like I said, I don't even know if they're doing anything anymore. It seems kind of like it's really dead. I don't. Oh, you watched on Pluto. I've never heard of Pluto. What's up, John? How are you doing? What a name, John Bango. John Bango. I don't know. I don't even know why why I'm laughing. Yeah, Hollywood is pretty shitty. That whole Jada and Will Smith hung on for a long time. I don't know. It's not that I might watch one. Like I think I kind of Tampa. To be honest, I think I kind of followed the Krishan Blueface thing for a minute because it was interesting, right? And then I was like, okay, I'm done with this. It was just something to look at, but I'm not really interested in those. I used to watch them in my 30s and late 20s, like the reality shows and stuff, but I don't even watch any of that anymore. Bingo bango is one of your sayings. I haven't heard that in a minute. I was thinking about my friend the other day that had died in 2018. She always used to say, "That's horse shit." I'm like, that's the only person I ever really heard that from. Like, that's horse shit. I don't know. She's funny. That's one thing I've been, fortunate enough to say that I've had some really good like friends in my life that my younger years we had a lot of fun. And you can't even though my life now is completely different, I appreciate it more, as I've gotten older. But I can say even through all the effed up stuff I did do when I was younger, I did have a few good people around. I miss them. I think about them all, once in a while. I try to reach out, but some people, when you try to go back to your past, like 20 some years, you would have no idea how to really find them. I've had the same number for like 10 plus years, I think. So it might be a little bit easier to find me, but, or they every once in a while, somebody will like try to reach out through, our kids are kind of grown now. A lot of my friends had kids when we were younger. So the kids will interact, like, hey, give my mom, tell your mom I said hi. So sometimes it works out. I don't feel young. What's up, Anarchy? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute either. Yes, yes. Family is everything. Family is everything. Even though I get irritated with mine, I'm human. I think sometimes I think my expectation is a little bit too high. And again, I'm trying to work on, being more humble, right? Hey. Well, why do I feel old then? I don't know. 45 just feels old. It's unfortunate. Mo always does that. He'll just say his number. Yeah, hit me up at like, damn, do you want everybody calling you? But truth be told, like his phone doesn't ring like that. So it might not be a big deal, but I wouldn't just be blurting my phone number out on here. That's him. He's kind of crazy. I don't know. Definitely a learning experience. I haven't, I wish and I would hope by at 45 that I would have some type of like understanding or, better, like a better knowledge of what I'm really even here for. But I don't know yet. I haven't figured any of that out. I just feel lost, like lost in a whirlwind of a world that I don't even feel like I fit in. Like, I feel like people like me just, I don't know. I sometimes I feel really, really lonely in that circumstance. So try 63, 60-ish. Oh my God. Yeah. That's not that, when I look at it though, then I think that's not that old, but yeah, I guess you're as old as you feel because that 91-year-old guy, watch, I just call him Grandpa. His name is Ed. Um, every time they tell him how old he is because of the Alzheimer's, he's like, I'm 91. And then he repeats, I was born in 1932. It's like, yeah, you're 91, Dad. Yeah. He can't even believe it. You know what? That makes me feel a little bit better, autism unknown, because when that everybody's lost, then right. I don't feel so alone. I don't know, man. You are truly blessed if you are somebody like in high school. A lot of my like friends or whatever would know exactly what they were going to do, exactly what they were going to be, what they were going to what they were going to school for. And I'd be like, how do you even know that yet? Like, how have you even picked a career yet? And I was telling my son earlier, like, man, I really, because when I went to school for like not public service, but like social work. I thought about being a probation officer, where you don't make money like that, like nonprofit. You're not going to see money like that in that sector unless you can, find a way to make it work or have your own practice or something. But it's just, I don't know. It ended up being too much, and after 2 years, I just left. Like I can't do it anymore. I don't know. It just got too overwhelming. I think I was trying to work, take care of my son. He was like 8, and it was just too hard taking him to my mom's, picking him up, and then going to school was way out. The technical college was way on the north side, and I was on the like south. So it just became so overwhelming. I couldn't even do it anymore. It was crazy, man. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Uh, I really appreciate that. Um, you're old and don't care, Cindy. I know Josh said something funny. I know he did. I feel the age every day, but I still get up. Yeah, you do. And I will say, if anybody is busy and works their ASS off, that's Josh. I swear he doesn't sleep. He probably sleeps like 3 hours a night, maybe. It's just insane. I don't even know how he does it. Yeah, I didn't finish either. And then I got a little bit bored. And then by the time I got to 30, I'm like, man, I'm thinking about all these things I should have did, but then I owed like, I don't know, 8 grand at that point. It's like coulda, woulda, shoulda. I mean, I still ended up, like always getting really good jobs, or I should say careers, but I get bored. 3 years, I'm transferring to a different department. It just, I don't know, man. And I definitely feel like that, Mary. The older I get, the less I care. I just, I don't even know. But that's kind of been my downfall in life, right? I care too much about people, and I hate that part of me sometimes, man. It'll really bring you down. You put too much like energy and emphasis on others, man, and then they're not really going to give you the same respect, right? I mean, like some of it will be absolutely time wasted. And, the little part of me that still keeps the faith is for the couple that, are solid and remain loyal, that means everything. But yeah, people are just hard. Are hard, man, hard to deal with. You have to be the man you want your daughter. Josh, yeah, right. You're sounding like a book now. Okay, this is not a movie. um, yeah, you know what, Cindy? I have trouble with my neck too, man. And I'm scared of that. I'm scared, man. Really scared of doing any type of. Ugh, it's so leery. So leery. I don't want pain. Right now, I can deal with the discomfort. It's not pain, and that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of having that pain, man. And every time I went to the doctor, I'm like, man, they keep talking about pain, and then you got to do all these tests, like put your arms up and push, and like, well, you still got strength in your arms. Well, yeah, of course. I never said I had pain. Why do you keep talking about pain? I don't know where they get this from, or maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know. One of the two. Yeah, Mayor, that becomes a problem. You care more than they do, and you end up getting your feelings hurt easy. I hate that. Find what you love, and you will never work again in your life. People say that. You say it sounds good, and I hear you, but it seems hard to accomplish that, man. It really does. Because sometimes I just don't know. Like, one day I love someone, the next day I don't. Like, how do I know if that's really what I want to do and commit to it? That's why I'm just all over the place. Like, whatever, I'm going to do this and get money from this. And, then some days I can just say F it and I'm not doing it at all. It's just all bad, man. I don't know. Confused. I tell Mo I'm having a midlife crisis for real. And I'm being honest. I joke about it, but I'm being honest. Who is Kurt Viliani and his wife Monica Viliani? Both 50 dead. Airborne and I don't. You know what? I didn't know the names of the people. I didn't know the connection. I didn't follow it after. I didn't hear too much about it. They use plastic for neck and back. It's not too bad, man. That's scary though, Cindy. Man, all the stuff they say, like these procedures, and like, man, it just gets so scary, man. Even though I can read and see that they've came a long way, like with science and doing that stuff, but man, that's just even my dad. I think my dad made me ultra leery of it. And here's the other thing too, like they got this like RSV thing, and this freaks me out, and I'll tell you why. Um, I wanted to take my cat to the vet to look at her tooth, right? About a week ago. Well, I couldn't get her in the cat carrier. She was not having it, and nobody else was there to help. So I'm like, okay, I just can't do it. And I kept trying to call the vet to tell him I can't make it because I can't get her in the cat carrier, right? It was just like a complete shit show. Everything was going wrong that day. And they wouldn't answer. And then I'm hearing about this thing about RSV and going to the vet and how dogs and cats can get it. And, if you don't get him to the vet within 24 to 36 hours, it could mean death. Well, some years ago, I had a cat that had to go in for his liver or his kidney function. I can't remember. And when he came home from the vet, he was there for like 2 nights, 3 days. He had an upper respiratory, right? basically RSV. Do you know that passed in my household from cat to cat for 2 years? 2 whole years, no bullshit. It just went all the way around. Luckily, none of them died, right? There was like 3 cats in the house. None of them died, but it's just the point that they, the sneezing, and I'm like, dang, I never had that. These cats are isolated. They don't, like how did this happen? And not that there's a lot of reports of this right now, but it's just the point, like I'm scared now. I'm really hesitant about that because of all that, man. I got a couple of old cats, so oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Throat cancer. Oh man, was that from smoking? I think my grandma got cancer on her voice box. They had to remove her voice box. Yeah, sorry, man. Cancer is horrible. Well, that's good you don't take pain meds. Yeah. I've never heard of that. Devil's Claw. Oh, okay. Mm. Oh, hi, Julian. Tell her hi. Well, then I don't feel, like I said, confirmation from other people sometimes can make you feel better. So then you don't feel so crazy, right? But at this point in life, I just don't really care. I'm just going to tell it because, my whole point in being on here is not only my opinion, and it is a good sounding board, but why not share, like I know a lot of people on here portray, like a lot of content creators will portray like everybody's a millionaire, they all live this lavish life and it's peaches and cream. Well, I'm not going to tell you that because it's not true. It's not true by a long shot. I got a lot of freaking problems. I'm human, okay? So I'm not even going to try to fake it or act like anything else. So, okay, Pookie, I was under the impression that that couple were, some type of whatever. I'm not even going to say that word, but that was my assumption when I first heard about it. But because I don't think, because I assumed that, and then when I read the article, it appeared that just those two were injured. I guess I didn't read too much into it. So that's my bad on my part. So, dang. So somebody like did that to their car? Is that what you're saying? Turmeric. Yeah, I heard about if I'm saying it right, turmeric. I don't know how to say it. Oh my God, man. You ain't lying about the doctors and the medication, man. You ain't lying about that. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not, John, I wouldn't normally be scared, but because that happened to me once, that's why I'm scared. 2 whole years, it was nothing I could do. It just kept going round and round and round. It's like, man, I could not, I just couldn't get rid of it. So use vitamins. And that's the other trick though. Um, in order to continue getting the dog's heartworm, they want a visit. So I don't know. I think I'm going to end up with 2 animals that I have to take to the vet. And that's really going to suck because, they are so expensive, man. It's insane. I think it didn't seem too bad. They told me like the visit was like 72. But once they get to talking about blood work and local anesthesia and pulling the tooth, it's like, oh, fuck my whole entire life, man. It's just never ending. Truth be told, during COVID, I made a lot of money that I was able to put up money, right? Buy stuff. I was living decent. And man, after COVID and like all this inflation and everything, it's like, man, I literally in the last year, or maybe even a little bit before, have ended up depleting that money. That money is gone. I've had to spend it. I just have. My light bill is higher, everything is more expensive. You know what, Huckleberry? That's true. That because that's the easiest way to come in on somebody, right? That'd be the easiest way. Just knock them out. It's crazy. I mean, if it came down to it, I guess we could make our own food, right? And give it to our animals. Well, cats are a little bit harder because they're picky. But with the dog, it's a lot easier. He's good with pretty much anything. It's just making it healthy. But cats, man, yeah, they're picky. I'm probably behind. I don't know if it's so much. Yeah, we do have taxes on a lot of stuff that's probably more than other states, right? But it just still it seems like comparable to other people. I think I was asking Josh, how much he spent for Thanksgiving, and I think he told me like right under 300 or something like that, like less than 300. So that wasn't too bad, but still, man, it's just like insane. And I forgot what you said. So your brother has it too, and he never smoked. Man, that is so crazy, man. I don't even, you know, I had a not my grandma, my friend's grandma, and she ended up getting like lung cancer, and she never smoked a day in her life. So I don't know. It's a crapshoot. It definitely is a crapshoot. You never know. Very generous people. Okay, fake news. What's up, Carolyn? Good to see ya. Oh man. Um, oh, that's your daughter right there, Josh. Hey, Julian. If it was on my phone, I could do and work the thing, but I don't know what's happening. For some reason, I can't figure out how to get into my own account and or to my own page. I don't know. There's natural things for animals. I study natural vitamins and antibiotics. You know what, Cindy? That's cool, but here's the thing. How do you they are so adamant about that. Like, I don't know if it's a money thing. It's got to be a money thing because it can't be a quote unquote humane thing. They are not caring too much about being humane. You know what I mean? So, because clearly they're like I said, in order to get the heartworm, in order to do anything else, yeah, I got to bring them in. I don't know. Some of them might just be like, "Psh, it can't be about doing the humane thing because they want a boatload of money. And speaking of gas, ours is actually went home. I went home, went down. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm sure. It just depends on where you're at with the taxes. All right, thanks, Josh. Have a good night. I got to get going too. My aunt's gonna pick me up in a little while, so I just wanted to come on here and talk with you guys for a minute. I appreciate everybody coming by. Sometimes it's a good outlet. I don't always like talking about politics. It makes my head spin. Not all the time. No, no. Sometimes I like to dive in, but yeah, man, I get a headache talking about that all the time. I got to think about something else. Yeah. Oh no, I ain't doing that, Pookie. That's a fact. Order online. Cindy, if you have a maybe you could tell me um how to do that. I don't even know how to do that, you know? I don't know how to order. I think my if you could Cindy, if you could send me an email. My email is right in the about section. I'd really appreciate it. So I can maybe talk to you about how to do that cuz I'd like to figure out something for sure. You know what? I just saw your comment and I wanted to reply. You know what, Mike? The something about that. And I can't really expound on it right now, but with that whole love thing, it's tricky. And I'm not going to say that it happens, it doesn't just happen a lot in life. My mom used to tell me if you get love once, you're lucky. If you get love twice, consider yourself winning the lottery. So don't feel bad. I'm just saying. And I know that's something everybody, I hope, can experience, right? But then again, I think it's just not for everybody. But thank you guys. Keep your head up. I appreciate everything. Um, have a good evening and take care. Thank you.